Hello, it's Switcher. I'm Matt. Okay, I want to start a new segment of this channel. That is like if y'all have any doubts about movement or anything, y'all can drop a DM on Discord or link a specific video that y'all need help on. So this is one of my viewers. That I think I knew him. Like I had seen his profile before on R5 too, but he had a doubt on this movement clip of fade. I will basically break it down into three segments for y'all so y'all can understand it. Now, first let me show y'all the whole clip. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can just look at
Literally
it.
swap servers and you're still in my game. This is the same guy too. Oh, the only no-fill in the whole lobby landing.
Okay, that was the clip. And the doubt he had was, he said he wants to know how he's able to super jump 360 and land perfectly on this next floor. So basically from the ground floor to the first floor. And then he wants to know how he's able to smoothly get off the zipline and do a 360. So basically the first part will be this, okay?
Now, true.
How he gets on the zipline. Okay, wait, let me deafen this video, okay? So how he gets on the zipline and lands perfectly on the first floor, okay? I know this is an issue for most people who, like, who start at the beginning, okay? And I know how to fix it and I'll show you all, okay? That's the first segment. The second part, okay? Second segment is how he performs the 360 after landing from the zipline, okay? Like how to perfect your this timing of landing from the zipline, okay? I'm going to show you all that. And the third clip, why is it fast forward? Okay, it's not fast forward, it just is gameplay bro. Okay, and the third segment is the way he's speaking over here, okay? This is what I'll show you all, like how he has basically, this is covered in my movement video too, but I'll show you how he does this, okay? And like I'll point out few mistakes he did, which I know he didn't mean to do it, but it just happened at the moment. And I'll tell you how to optimize it a bit, so y'all can have better peaks and like no, and y'all take less damage. So that's all. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. Okay, and I think I'll end it on the fourth segment here. Wait, give me a second. Here, so basically, let me cut it out here. Oh, fuck. And the fourth segment where he fires on the zipline while falling down. Okay, let's extend it a bit. Okay, so we'll have four segments. Let me write it down on notepad. We'll play the video again. Okay, how he lands from here, the ground floor to the first floor. Okay, perfectly without hitting the ledge of the first floor before coming up. Okay, that's the issue number one. The mistake most people make is uh, they don't interact with the zip like the proper. They don't interact on proper height with the zip. So okay, let me show it to you all. Okay. So what happens is if you're like a beginner and you're like just trying to get in the building, what you'll do is you'll just grab the zip and you'll crouch. Okay, that happens, or you'll just do this. Okay, because you're looking straight. Okay, because zipline interaction height matters at the end of the day. Okay, I'll demonstrate it again. Basically, zipline interaction height matters. So it matters where you look. So basically, where you interact is where you land on the zipline. So if I look pretty high, see, look at the zipline arrow. So if I'm looking as high as I can, but if I move further, it goes higher. So if I interact here, I will exactly be there on the zipline. See, I started there. But, okay, okay, give me a second. But if I interact here, this is exactly where I start on the zipline. I'll be pretty down. Okay, so if I look here, see, I start from down. So zipline interaction height matters, and if you want to perfectly land on the first floor, it is either look super high. Okay, for the first method, it's either look super high, then crouch interact on your head, enemy head level. Okay, and if you, or you could do vice versa, super jump while looking at this. I mean, looking at enemy head level, and then crouch interact while looking a little bit on top. Okay, so basically you do this. Okay, so you perfectly land here. The flow is third, this. Okay, three is the flow. So one is uh, super high. Okay, looking super high, and two is one is looking super high, and 2 is looking at the head level level on the zip. Okay, 4 or 3. Okay, now for the second segment of the video is how to perform a 180 slide jump after landing from a zip, which is in I'll show you the clip. So after he lands on the first floor and he performs a 180 here. This is all about timing and tap strafing. Inputs are basically, you know, normal. Okay, you hold crouch, okay, you're sliding, right? But as soon as your character interacts with the flow, you jump and you tap strafe. Okay, so if you like, you could practice this with like multiple, and you should be comfortable in like all direction, like wherever it is, 180, 180, left 180, see, you just do that. Okay, basically you practice that, okay, right before your character lands on the floor. You should be ready, like, okay, see that as soon as it landed, I was ready to 180 strafe. Okay, you could also, after getting like, a habit of doing that, you can also practice it on the zipline. Okay, I'll show you how to do it. But you could do zipline building. It even works in training range. Okay, just go close to a vertical zipline and just interact and crouch. Okay, so when you start sliding, you tap strafe. Okay, you could do it on, you can even download alpha and do this practice the way I am doing it. But if you don't want to download it, you could do this. Okay, sometimes the game won't let you interact. I'll tell you why it is. Okay, and I'll show you. But it's in the third segment. Okay, so basically that's 180. Okay, so you can practice it like that. Okay, now the part where he super jumps and he 180s here. Okay, and he lands perfectly there. There will be situations where you might land close by. Okay, and you will try to super jump again, but if you are in the air, it won't give you the super jump, so be careful. Okay, so try to delay it a bit, like get a slide. Okay, delay the slide. Okay, and you do that. Okay, so the only reason I'm using spacebar at the moment, okay, for showing you all the tap strafe is because I'm not on a character that has its passive binded to space like Ash, or you could say Sparrow, who has double jump. So it's a good habit, like you keep it on space. Okay, uh, so you can transfer that habit like to Ash and Sparrow if you're doing it on all the legends. But sometimes it's okay to use your scroll wheel and tap strafe at the same time. Okay, this is scroll wheel, tap strafe without using space. Okay, but it will probably not work on Ash and Sparrow because you might use their passives. Okay, so after that, the third segment. Let's move to the third segment. Okay, okay. So for this, practice jumping from any, or you could any any height. Okay, you can do any height, but if you want, you can even do slides. Okay, so it's not compulsory. So imagine, okay, I'll explain it as a, okay, imagine that's an enemy. You can just, there's usually only 3 slides last. Okay, if you're doing slide jump. Okay, you can do that. Okay, basically either jump from a object that's high, or you could just super glide, or you could just slide jump in practice. Okay, it's a good habit if you can do it, and then you'll be able to do the tap strafe basically here. Okay, now, but remember to have, like, be flow, like connected to the flow. Okay, or else you could just do this. Okay, practice jumping from any height slash super glide or slide jump and practice hopping and strafing. Okay, so that's the end of the second segment. Okay, I'll give that here. Okay, third segment is how to perform the fade side to side zipline peak. Okay, let me show it to you all first. Okay, here, after he does that, he peaks and he goes back in the corner. So basically I call it side to side because you're going from the left side to the right side. Okay, right side to the left side. Okay, so basically this is what we need to know. Okay, I'll show you how to do that peak, but I'll show you how to go back and cover. Okay, after doing that. Okay, the only reason he didn't go in cover here is because he had the health advantage. Okay, and he thought he he knew he could finish the fight here without going back to the cover. There will be situations where you might not hit him for enough, probably hit him for 9. You know how PKs are. So I'll show you how to go back and cover in the situations where you hit low damage and you slide to the corner and you go back and cover. Okay, so let's start. Okay, there will be an issue for sometimes after the slide. Okay, here in this situation. Okay, after the 180 slide strafe. Okay, 180 tap strafe with slide jump. Okay, after interacting from zipline, the issue will be you might not be able to interact with the zipline. Okay, in this clip specifically, he was able to because he took his time over here to come back like to it, and like Apex servers, like sometimes they don't function as they are required, and they don't let you interact with ziplines, or they might just throw you down. Okay, I'll just show it to you all. So interact, crouch, tap straight. Okay, see, I was not able to interact there. I didn't get the interact option. So what you could do is wait for a few seconds. You have to delay your game sometimes depending upon how much ping or how bad the servers are. Okay, so I do this. Okay, I'll wait for a few seconds and then I go back. Okay, so the game, basically the game engine right now just allows you to do interact 3 times with the zipline even in the main game. So here, okay, any side of the zipline, you interact, either you move there, you interact and super jump there or there, this corner. Okay, so imagine I want to do it in this corner. I'll just interact and go here. Okay, you see that how I went up. Okay, just look high enough and do that. Okay, because you need to crouch. Imagine you look here and you do this, you'll go way below the first floor. Okay, the game won't let you interact. Okay, sometimes, so we don't want that to happen. So what you do is interact and super jump there to the side and then do this. Okay, see, the game didn't let me interact there. So okay, imagine the enemy is the bite bites there. Okay, now what I'll do is, okay, for that clip, the third segment, interact super jump, interact super jump, shoot. Okay, the game didn't let me interact again. Okay, let me do it again. Interact super jump, shoot, go back, grab and come back. Now over here, how I was able to come back while coming down. Okay, basically it's the same thing. Okay, zipline interaction height. Okay, I don't know how to fucking create the situation, like the scenario, because it's a flow thing. Like when you encounter that feeling, right, or the mistake of you not being able to, it just happens. So basically, it's more like a playthrough thing. So shoot, go back and cover, interact and come back. Okay, so shoot to the box, interact and come back. Okay, that's what he does. So super jump, go to the corner. Okay, shoot, interact crouch again, okay, after going in this corner. So that's the fade side to side peek. Now, okay, now that I showed you all how he did that, so the error, not I won't say a mistake, but like because I think he was in this situation, I think he was just confident that the enemy won't be using his shotgun or something. I'm not sure exactly what, but if you see, I'll slow down the video a bit for you all. Okay, I'll slow it down here. Okay, give me a second. Speed. God. Let's make it 50%.
Same guy.
Okay, so if you see this side jump, okay, if you see he's exactly at the center, okay, close to the center, and he's not towards the corner. Okay, this was a mistake by him. So what happens in the situation, like imagine, okay, if someone is holding the zip line, this is easy to shoot, right? If he's holding, he can just shoot you like this. Okay, never come close to the center of the zip line. Okay, even here, the starting peak which I showed you all, okay, I can interact and stay in the center, okay, with like center of the zip line and just go back and cover. But the problem is, if someone is holding you from here, you can get shot directly because he's just holding for the zip line. He knows you're going to interact with it, so he's just holding it. Okay, so to avoid that, what we do is we interact, okay, and jump. We don't use the S and D to stop SD or SAD, whatever. We don't interact super jump and use the SAD button to stay in the center. So basically, when you're going traversing to the first floor, you just super jump and just normal super jump while moving forward. Okay, so that's the reason he did it like that. Okay, or you could also do this, okay, to go in cover. Beware, okay, or caution, whatever. Imagine if you have fatigue, like you have fatigue, okay, because what happens sometimes, people do some movement and just come close to zip line, or you do a slide jump, like imagine it's a slide jump like here. Now you have fatigue, a jump fatigue, okay. So if you try to interact with the zip line while you have jump fatigue, you won't get enough height. Like, see, I'm stuck here on the first floor. While if I just let my jump fatigue reset, which is like probably like 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, let me try. Okay, let's see. Okay. See, if you have jump fatigue, you might not make it to the first floor. Just leave that. Okay, so imagine I have jump fatigue. Okay. See, I get stuck here. But if I don't have jump fatigue, okay. If I don't have jump fatigue, see, I make it easily on the first floor. So yeah. So basically, the only reason he does this jump is because the enemy won't be able to, catch him in the center of the zip line where usually they aim as a default, default, default aiming area, like the zip line. The second floor, and you just want to, like, he's holding the angle hard, like, and you don't want to risk it, okay, and there's no one, you're chilling, okay, it's just a simple 1v1, and he's just holding, okay. What you could do is charge your shotgun, you could jump tap strafe, okay, so side lurches, these are lurches, you can learn it from Xylus's lurch guide, or whatever, the neo strafing guide, in that he shows how to do those lurches. So if you could just charge a shotgun and pump him like that, okay, and then the enemy would do is basically he would get scared and he would move behind, and he'll be ready here. Okay, so that's one way to get a free damage on the enemy, like without taking the zip. You could just, like, he's running, okay, he's scared, you just do that, okay, whatever, you can just combo it again, okay, like that, okay, understood. Basically you have to freestyle, okay, freestyle, and just enjoy the game at that point. All the zipline peaks, okay, if you all don't want to watch the movement guide, you can go to the playlist section, if you're okay, and Twitch highlights, okay, switches movement guide, you can go here, and there is a shots there, okay, this is a shot where I show all the peaks basically. You all can try and implement into your gameplay or practices, okay, just by looking at it. If you just know how to super jump and how to interact crouch, okay, you're good. You're good. Okay, you can do the zipline tech. Even if you're on controller, you can do it. But I think you'll need a pretty high sensitivity just to look 180, like, faster, like, okay. Yeah. So all the peaks basically that Fade has probably done in his 2025, like this year, like at least with the ones I have analyzed from his video, okay, in this thing, okay. And okay, that's the third segment. Okay, the mistake. Fourth segment. This is more of I don't know what it is, but like it's just like on the go. Okay, what I was thinking. Um, Start like okay, so you all what happens is okay, how to fight while falling down a zip. Okay, he's fighting. Okay, he's like just holding his game, like he's holding the enemy on the zip, like, and he's not going on any flow, and he just look at that, like, okay, the whole time after doing that 180 strafe. Okay, he's still here. Okay, 180 strafe shot, go back in corner, here, here. Okay, you see that? Okay, the whole time in this section at least, after hitting the fade peak, which is here. Okay, after hitting the fade peak here, he was in the zipline area and he didn't go to any other flow. So you just have to stay, like, mantle jump on every flow, like that. Okay. You just have to attract and like super jump. Okay, so you just have to keep, like, create a habit, like, practice staying as long as you can in the zipline area. Like, I'm pretty bad at it, guys. Like, I don't know. See, and the game only lets you interact 3 times on the zipline without, mantle jumping. Or if you mantle jump, it's like 3, okay, like whatever. Okay, so remember, try to, like, just try to float for 2, like, okay, so one zipline interact, 2 zipline interact, the third one you try to mantle jump, okay. So again, 1, 2, okay, third one mantle jump again, 1, okay. I think you understood it. And this is a bonus, okay, because I just want to add it, okay. Imagine if an enemy, okay, this is bonus, okay. Imagine if an enemy is just holding an angle on top and you want to bait him and make him miss the first shot. As I showed you all, interaction height matters. Again, it's the same thing, okay. Interaction height, okay, it's the main, basically the base of zipline movement, okay. So interaction height matters. Now just remember, it depends how close, the closer the zipline, the lower you'll have to look and interact. Now for the most of the zipline buildings, like this one and the E district one, you just have to look right above the flow level, okay, which will help you mantle jump on the same flow, okay, and you can shoot the enemy and do the fade side to side peak, okay. So land on this flow, okay, and then super jump, shoot, go back in the corner. See, you can do that. So basically you're baiting your first peak. If you do it fast enough, he's going to shoot for sure, and he's going to miss, guaranteed. I know this because I've done it. Okay, the faster you do is better. My left side is weaker, but if you, like, I can't 180 perfectly on the left side. So see, that's the fastest I could do. But if you're good at it, okay. Okay, now the mistake I made was I went too left. Okay, I should be going in the extreme corner. Okay. Okay, so you could do that. This is the bonus super matter jump on the same flow and perform, like, I comboed it with fade peak basically. You can also, like, combo it, like, go with, like, style it a bit to matter jump on the roof. Okay, it's a bit difficult, but if you see, you can just do that. So yeah, that was my movement guide, and hopefully you all have more questions, or it depends. Okay, if it's like, something that's very easy, I'll just tell you all to, like, watch specific videos. If it's like something that might need to be in a video, I'll make a video on it. Okay, if you all want, you all can come on Twitch, okay, whenever I'm streaming 2 p.m. IST or 2 p.m. ET. Okay, you all can come on Twitch I can help you all out with your movement. You all can either drop, I'll even link my Discord in the description, or and then you all can DM me on Discord, like link a specific video, and you all want a step-by-step segments breakdowns on it, okay, like I did on this video. You can just drop a DM on Discord and I'll make a video on it if it's it needs help, or else you could just I'll just DM the guide to you or whatever. Okay, thank you for watching. Yeah, and subscribe. Follow. Yeah.